This is your friendly neighborhood ex-Muslim Abdullah Samir. I'm here to tell you how my life has improved after leaving Islam, how wonderful life is without this merciful, yet not so merciful God in my life. You see, to me, this hits really close to home. My life has improved exponentially after leaving Islam. Leaving Islam was like leaving a dark cave. When I left Islam, I experienced a sort of mental relief. Like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. No more guilt and fretting and worrying about some God in the sky that'll get angry if you say or do the wrong thing. Wrong in quotation marks. No more cognitive dissonance trying to balance Islamic teachings versus what feels right to me. No more trying to make sense out of nonsense. When I was a Muslim, I was constantly evaluating everything against Islam. This book says so and so. What does Islam say? Is it compatible with this teaching? Can I accept this or do I have to discard it? Do I have to feel guilty about reading this? I can now read whatever book I want. I can pick up The Selfish Gene, which beautifully explains evolutionary stable strategies, or read a short history of nearly everything that explains how we humans over the history gradually improved a model of our world, and how scientific discoveries clicked in so beautifully together. I need not worry about whether it's against Islam to learn such things, whether it'll corrupt my iman or misguide me to learn about real science. Not this Adam and Eve nonsense, but a real human history. Islam is full of ludicrous beliefs, but I didn't want to admit that as a Muslim. A funny example. If someone asked me if I believed in ghosts, I would say I only believe in the Islamic jinns because they're real. Ghosts aren't real, but angels, Burak, heaven, hell, Gog and Magog, Allah's throne on water, Satan, shooting stars that chase the devils, ants that talk to each other, animals all going on a boat together, Moses splitting the sea, and so on are all real. None of this is real. It's all made up fables, and I can finally admit that, and it sits well in my mind. Much better than trying to reconcile a God that was one day incredibly involved, and then all of a sudden completely absent. I save so much time too. I don't have to wake up and do useless adhkar or prayers anymore, but I now meditate. And let me tell you, the difference between the namaz and meditating is night and day. Meditation can change your life. Namaz is just an annoying ritual that was used to make Muslims obedient to Muhammad and read his poetry, aka the Quran, as much as possible. Financially, life has improved dramatically. I'm no longer encumbered by the Islamic ban on interest, and one of the first things I did when leaving Islam was to buy a home, my own home for my family. And if I die, my life insurance policy, also haram, ensures that the house is paid off and they will not want for anything. Isn't this a million times better than what I had before? Renting month to month and no real stability for my family. No more worrying about your kids getting corrupted by the public school system and forking out thousands of dollars for Islamic school. And yes, my kids still say wallahi. Traveling has become so much easier too. The little things are so much easier. We don't have to worry about finding halal meat. We can eat wherever and whatever we want. Tried bacon? How about a sangria? Not a huge fan, but worth trying once. We don't have to find a place to do wudu and then find a place to pray every few hours. Not to mention, no more awkward washing your feet at the sink in the office anymore. No more wasted hours on Quran memorizing or reading 7th century nonsense that doesn't apply in today's world. No more trying to make sense out of hadith that never made sense, like kill the black dog, or drink in 3 gulps, or sleep on your right side, or put the fly in the drink if it falls in. The things that people think you leave Islam for, like drinking alcohol, drugs, and sex with multiple women, don't even feature in my life. The things that matter to me are what I choose on my own accord. I am the master of my own life. I took my life back from Muhammad. I am no longer a slave to his desires and his wishes, and neither am I a slave to my own desires. I choose to live my life according to what will make me successful in the long term. That means I am no slave to my desires, but I put in energy into my health, into exercise, into spending time with my family, spending time doing things I enjoy. I watch TV, I make videos, I read books, although I've not read anything in a while now since the lockdown. If you speak to my friends, people like Abdullah Gondal, Vidu Wids, and Hirs Sultan, they will tell you the same. Life couldn't be better. We aren't missing a thing. Actually, there is a thing. I do miss a few small things. Because I had invested so much into Islam, all my friends were Muslim. So I'm studying again to make new friends and to start a new life post-Islam. It's not easy, especially if you leave Islam and are older. So I do miss some of that, but it's nothing specific to Islam. It's just my life choices and how I decided to live. I've made so many friends now, including other ex-Muslims and the occasional rare Muslim friend, that I can say I'm happy without that formal community. Not to mention, the same community includes friends of 10 plus years who wouldn't help me move homes simply because I write about Islam. So they still prioritize their God over people in their life. I don't want anything to do with people like that. That is how I am awesome without Allah. Thanks for watching. I wanted to say thank you to my patrons, all 80 of you, as well as people who donated via PayPal and other means. Thank you, Ilyas Qureshi. Thank you, John Stopman, and the rest of you who are anonymously helping. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. Click the thumbs up and leave a comment on how your life is awesome without Allah. This is your friendly neighborhood ex-Muslim Abdullah Samir signing out.